Okay, here we have another example about working with, or about finding inverse functions. So we've got this function, and we're saying that from negative infinity to 1, the set of all real numbers, our function f of x is x minus 1 all squared. And we want to find the inverse of that and state the domain and range and whatnot. So first things first, let's graph this. X minus 1 all squared is going to look like this, where we're going through at 1 and 0, and then 0 and 1. That's what we deal with. But we need to restrict the domain. So we're going from negative infinity to 1. So as a result of that, we're only drawing from negative infinity to 1. We're only drawing that part. So we're going to 1 and 0, and then we keep going forever there. And we're still here at 0 and 1. So our inverse function. So to find that, we change colours, and I'm going to say to find f negative 1 of x, we'll say y equals x minus 1 all squared. Let y equal x, because we swap them over, so we have x equals y minus 1 all squared. And then what we'll do, we're going to solve for y. Change colours. So we're solving for y, take the square root of both sides. Square root of x equals y minus 1. We add 1 to both sides. So square root of x plus 1 equals y. So therefore, f negative 1 of x equals the square root of x plus 1. So now we need to state so the range for this will be, let's state the range of this. The range goes from 0 to infinity. So that is what our domain will be. So then our domain will be from 0 to infinity. Whoops, got to include 0. And our range will be the domain. Negative infinity to 1. Now let's draw this thing. We're going to draw this. So the square root of x plus 1 is going to look like this. We're here at 0 and 1. The square root of x goes this way. And so that we're clear, it goes on forever. We're starting at 0. So our domain, 0 all the way to infinity. And our range is from 1 up to infinity. So let's cover that again. Write it down. Draw it. Restrict the domain. State the range. 0 to infinity in this case. Write to find f negative 1 of x. Write it as y of x. Let y equal x. Swap x and y. Solve for y. State that. What was your range becomes a domain. What was a domain becomes the range. And a good idea to sketch it so you see exactly what you're dealing with.